Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on live stream music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, coming again today, you're very welcome. How awesome to see you all back. I trust you enjoyed my last video on American songwriting royalty Carol Bayer Sager. And through his song You're Moving Out today, we looked at all of the elements of who we are and all of the elements of relationships, as well as looking at and paying tribute to one of America's best songwriters. Trust you found that one encouraging. Well, we're going on from there to 1981 in Bradford, West Yorkshire in the UK. Ian Astbury on lead vocals, Buzz Burrows on lead guitar, Barrett Jepson on bass, and at the start, Aki Nawaz Karashi on drums, but there have been many people in this band. The guys we're talking about are The Cult. Now, I knew nothing about these guys before I looked them up a little bit. And the thing about we can say about this channel, we go into every conceivable band that comes to my attention, even if you know nothing about them. And I must admit, after hearing these guys, I can understand why they've had the popularity they have. And I actually love the sound of these guys. I love the guitar work in particular. Pretty amazing. Many you got some sort of picking guitar stuff in there, electric. You got me hooked. And there's some pretty amazing songs that these guys have actually released over their long career. First show, 1981, and you put these guys in the very much post-punk gothic rock category. When you think about gothic rock, you think of other bands like The Damned, and post-punk, The Clash, amongst others. But what sets these guys apart is their influences of bands such as The Doors and Led Zeppelin. And so you can't categorize these guys in a particular genre. They're across many genres. And to try and define these guys, it just goes against who The Cult actually are. They're a bit broader and bigger than that. And so it's good to see bands, how dare a gothic rock band, post-punk band look at bands like The Doors and Led Zeppelin? But you know what? Iconic rock bands right there, and to be influenced by them as well as the post-punk era shows that there's more to these guys than just the normal post-punk stuff. These guys are bigger than that, and I think this is the thing we can take out of The Cult today. 1984, out came the album Dreamtime, and this album was pretty amazing. There's something, and the song off that album, Spiritwalker. Not sure what the song is about, but it got to #1 on the Indies chart. There's an ethereal nature to this. The Cult isn't scared to explore the ethereal and metaphysical world, and there's some Aboriginal belief stuff going in here as well. We've got a live version of Dreamtime, and here we can see Ian dressed up in an Indigenous-like way. I think just trying to bring the whole Dreamtime aspect. Of course, Dreamtime very much is part of the Aboriginal psychic, absolutely. And to be able to show that and to give credence to that one, it's pretty amazing. Dreamtime, very early here, but you can already see what I mean by the guitar work, how amazing the guitar work actually is here, and how amazing Ian's vocals are to just bring out this ethereal nature of what this band is trying to explore. So we've got a live version of Spiritwalker. Go through to 1985, and one of the most iconic songs, She Sells Sanctuary, off the Love album of 1994. And one of the lines in this song, "The fire in your eyes keeps me alive." Now, what's this song about? Well, it's about a few things, but absolute sex is one of the things it's about. As I look at some of the quotes of what this actually catapulted The Cult into iconic superstar status at this point, and it's probably the song I want to look at a little bit more. Now, She Sells Sanctuary, interesting title for this particular song. When I think sanctuary, you think about sex. What are you thinking about? You're thinking about the intimate moments in the bedroom. But as well as the fire of sex, is also the sanctuary of it. And you know, in this world, which can be a little bit crazy at times, to actually have that place you can go to be with just someone else in those moments, just you and them. You've got a world just for you, but you can experience each other, the completeness of each other. It's a beautiful place to actually be. And I think if you can't relax here, you can't relax anywhere. Or if you can't relax here, why not? If it's safe and it's consenting and it's safe, why can't you give yourself over to experience fully this beautiful thing that making love actually is, but to also bring in the fire that this song brings out as well. An opportunity to really, really be ourselves and to experience everything a beautiful relationship can actually offer. To have a sanctuary to go to is an absolutely beautiful and incredible and amazing thing. So why don't we want to make the best of it? The fire in your eyes keeps me alive. What an incredible thing to be able to say to somebody else. Fire, you know, fire, sex, sanctuary, they all go together right here. And it takes a song like this one to really just push the envelope of even further, to really, really push it absolutely everything that you can get out of those intimate moments. So if you're in a relationship right now, a committed one, that one is, we're not talking about one night stands here. We're talking about committed relationships right here. Why wouldn't you want to go there? So, you know, if you haven't had one of those times for a while, why not? It could be tonight. For the guys holding out or the girls holding out, don't hold out. It can be really, really frustrating when you do that. Give yourself completely to these moments. So this is where we've gone today. A little bit, we're talking about sex and intimacy today, absolutely. Now, at this point, the cult went from a little bit more punk orientated to a bit more psychedelia. They well and truly covered all sorts of ethereal and metaphysical natures in their songs, and they embarked on the worldwide tour. Interestingly, one of the support acts was Guns N' Roses before these guys got known, and so there we go. Interesting start for what a band that would become pretty huge. I did Guns N' Roses a little while back. Then out of that came the album Love. This is the cult in their absolute happy place right here, 1986. A song of that album, Rain. So did I tell you that we've got an official and live version of She Sells Sanctuary? Of course, you've got to have a couple of versions of that one. Through back to Love, the song Rain of the 1986 album. I'm going to put this one down, continuing on the last thing that is absolutely unadulterated, uninhibited sex. Please rain on down on me. That's exactly what it means. Rain in the purest sense of not physical water, but raining down on me your passion. And you know, we want to experience each other to the absolute fullest, don't we? We don't want to hold stuff back in this place. We want to be absolutely, completely into each other and hold nothing back here. If it's a safe place and a safe place where you can be yourself, well, why wouldn't you? So I've got a live version of Rain. We then move to the movie, the album Electric. This apparently the first attempt at these recordings was not good, and a new producer came in and they said, look, I want to re-record Love Removal Machine, which is a single of that album, but he said, actually, let's just do the whole album. The record company spent quite a bit of money at this point, but they thought, actually, we'll give it a bit of a go. We like what we're hearing, and we're glad they did, because Electric was a massive album for the cult. Love Removal Machine, I'll let you work out what that one's about. Again, have a look at the lyrics here. I think there's a bit of a commonality of theme going here. The cult weren't scared to push the envelope in many of the songs that they did, and to talk about the stuff that they need to talk about. I suppose when you're an artist as big as the cult actually were, you can do that. If you went to a Cult concert, you knew what to expect, or maybe you didn't. This is why you went to see them. So between 1984 and 2022, obviously there's been some breaks in there. You just can't keep this going forever. Artistic differences need to sort out and all the rest of it. But Ian's been part of it ever since it started. 11 studio albums, 2 live albums, 6 compilation albums, 7 video albums, 22 EPs, 37 singles, estimated to sell around 4 million albums. So in the scheme of things, pretty successful for an indie rock, indie hard rock band. So guys that weren't scared to be themselves, guys that weren't scared to put their hearts on their sleeves when it came to lyrics, guys that weren't scared to rock it out and to be totally unadulterated with their lyrics really and what they were singing about. Bands like this one weren't scared to be themselves, weren't afraid to be themselves, and when you can get a whole album remixed because you weren't happy with the first version, it just shows the clout these guys had. It's all about the music, all about expression and being them absolute themselves, even if it wasn't cool in the post-punk era to love bands like Led Zeppelin and The Doors. These guys have pushed through all that. They've become pretty successful in this genre. So it's good to look at these guys today. So again, if you're in an intimate relationship, give yourself over to this stuff. Hey, if it's safe and it's loving and it's committed, give yourself over to it because it's the best thing, one of the best things in the world that is free. So I trust this has all been a bit of encouragement for you today. So the links to those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clips are in the description below. And I've also included, just for something completely different, Carol Bayer Sager. If you want to rehash on her, feel free. Well, if you come back for another one, if this is your first time to Life Reflections Through Music, thank you for coming here or coming back for the first time. Next time, we're going to go onto the band The Arctic Monkeys. Again, another band I know nothing about, so it's going to be good to bring them to you next time. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.